Team Khaki, aka Crikey. Apex Predator, McScrape, Terrible, Jaws of Fury, and Pond Scum. Dark blues in the house, please be ready. Light grey, 50 Shades of Olden Grey, please take the track now. 50 Shades of Olden Grey are Tequila, T-Bone, Prince Harming, Raygun, and Fowls. And Dark Blue, please take the track. Dark Grey, you're up next. Dark Blue, the team is called Pentapus. They are Monsterella, Smith, Nat Demon, Raz, and Primeval. Dark Grey, please take the track. Dark Green, you're next. The Dark Grey team are McBain, Bullets, Nursey No Mercy, Tsunami, and La Bomba. All right, that's enough. Off you get. Okay, Dark Green, you're up. Aqua, be ready. Dark Green, Snitches Get Stitches, Sonic Blaster, Lethal Leather, Bonnie Collide, Quarter Pounder 8er even, and Eviator. That's Dark Green, Snitches Get Stitches. Team Aqua, up you come. Light Blue, you're next. Team Aqua are the Mermaids. Leading out with Vengeful, we have Bexorcist, Lady Wrecker, Swiper, and Tino. Light Blue. Now, I didn't come across Light Blue earlier. Are you in the house, Light Blue? Oh, we might be starting short. All right, Purple. Come on up. Team Purple are the Purple Tarts. Purple Pop-Tarts, I'm sorry. The Purple Pop-Tarts are Thugsy Malone, Glory Days, The Evil Twin, Raven Mad, and Chuck A. Wobbly. And Team White. Here we go, the show. Team White, pivot, pivot, pivot. This team is Atomic Roster, Rachel, Menica, Crapbag, and to add a little bit of class, Princess Consuelo Banana Hammock. All right, we're starting short, the Light Blue team, but otherwise that's everybody you're up against today. It's about to get things started, so we'll hand things over to the referees. Our referees today include Warner, Mr. Fox, Daisy, Smiley, Nosegates, Malpractice, Edge, X-Rated, and Brave. And of course we can't forget our wonderful non-skating officials. I don't think I've got a complete list of non-skating officials, but on the list I have Soul, X, Beanie, Crew, Purple Parfait, known to many as Marlowe, Mama B, Dax, Rack Attack, Donna, Dan, Glitter Chicken, Jack, and Lisa. And if I didn't call your name, I apologize. If I did call your name and you didn't want me to, I apologize for that too. You're on the list. All right, here we go. Heat number one, jam number one. Team Aqua the Mermaids versus the Average Joes in yellow. I see a Vengeful taking the jam line for the Mermaids. And it is, of course, Fatal Traction for the Average Joes, jamming out the front there, couple to beat. Fatal Traction away with lead jammer. Fatal Traction chalking up the first of those 7 penalties on his way to that board of shame. Vengeville, on the other hand, working his way through a scoring pass. Solid wall up the front from the Average Joes. Vengeville steps his way around the outside, but it's a cut track penalty. Fatal Traction back on the track. Of course, for some skaters who have skated here before, the penalty box is a slightly different position they may be used to. It's over here by me, underneath the commentary position. Four-point scoring pass for Fatal Traction. Attempts to duck around the 2 wall at the front there. Pop to the outside. Vengeville engaging the Average Joe's pack at the back there. Fatal Traction out of the pack again. Completing another scoring pass. Flirty, a nice rolling shoulder to hold Vengeville up, but he does clear the pack, and that's the jam. 4 points to Team Aqua, the Mermaids. 12 for the Average Joes, unless any of the refs have got a few left in their pockets. And we'll have just a little longer break between the first couple of jams than we will for the rest of the day, just to let the NSOs and the referees make sure that everything's working right. Next up, it is Team NZ Coed versus the Rambros. I think that's Missy Terrell on the line for Team NZ Coed. Yes, it is, and she is away for lead jammer. Meanwhile, it is Nerdy for the Rambros, working on her initial pass. Missy Terrell through for a scoring pass. It's all on now, loose pack. Missy Terrell knocked to the inside. She's recycled behind Crazy Crab. And recycled again. Meanwhile, Nerdy is working on a solid front wall there by the Lime team. Nerdy out the front. Lime go on offense. And Missy Terrell is free of the pack. This time it's Meat Train recycling Nerdy. Missy Terrell almost made it round on that outside line. Knocked to the floor. Battle Panda's there to pick her up. And Meat Train picks up their first penalty. As does Battle Panda. These 2-minute jams starting to feel a bit long already, I think. That's the jam. 16 points to NZ Coed, 12 to the Rambros. Next up, the Purple Pop-Tarts versus Pivot, Pivot, Pivot. You might have noticed a Friends theme to the white team today. And that is Atomic roster for Team White. Pivot, Pivot, Pivot out front with lead jammer. Meanwhile, the Evil Twin working on her initial pass. It's dropped to the floor by a team full of pivots. A relatively fast and free-moving pack here, but still doing the job of holding up the opposing jammer is Pivot, Pivot, Pivot. Meanwhile, Atomic roster puts in a little skip over the apex line, complete another scoring pass. Evil Twin takes the soul-crushing journey to the back of the pack. As Atomic roster makes his way around the outside for another scoring pass. Pack's tightened up, Atomic roster slips through on the inside. Evil Twin pulled the star from her helmet, but has held on to it. Unfortunately picked up a cut on the way through the pack there, and we'll go and have a little sit down. Atomic roster looking for a few more points to finish off the jam, and that's it. 4 more fingers in the air brings our total to 28 for Pivot, Pivot, Pivot. And a dot for the Purple Pop-Tarts. Welcome to the track, Maroon 5. Welcome back, Average Joes. Jamie Killing Time jamming for Maroon 5. And Baker for the Average Joes. Shimmies through that Maroon 5 pack and into lead. Jamming Killing Time underway as well. Remember, that's 1 point for lead jammer at the final scoreboard. 5 for a win, 2 for a draw. First scoring pass completed by Baker. Jamie Killing Time hitting that solid defensive wall of the Average Joes again, as Baker skips through on the inside straight. Both jammers scoring now. Nice hole opened up by the Average Joes for Baker there. They closed it quickly. Jamming Killing Time able to muscle their way through. Baker slipping by on the outside, just giving us a little taste of why she has her nickname of the Slippery Fish. And slips through on the inside this time. Gonna be killing time, tied up in that defensive wall again. There will be some points there. Final score 27 points to 12. Team Yellow, the average Joe's 27, 12 for Maroon 5. And we have Aqua and Lime. Mermaids versus Team NZ Co-ed. And we're away. Team Lime hitting that front defensive wall of Team Aqua at speed. Missy Tero away with lead. Vengeville still working on the Lime wall. Thought he saw an opening, but Meat Train was there to be in the way. Winds up on the floor, but he's through now. Missy Tero working on a scoring pass, and she's through as well. Vengeville fast feet on the outside. He steps over the line, but he knows it. Meat Train, solid solo effort holding up the Aqua Jammer as Missy Tero just jumps that last little piece of the apex on the corner there to make sure she doesn't step out on her scoring path. Once again, Vengeville almost makes the gap, but finds the floor on the outside. That's clean jam so far. Vengeville completes his pass. Missy Tero working on another. Nice little truck and trailer whip there from Cinderfella. Wreck-It Rob making sure that Vengeville finds the inside of the track and then the outside. And that will be the end of the jam. Points in the air for both sides. And our final score is 21 for Team Lime and 6 for Team Aqua. Team Light Blue, if you could please send somebody over to the commentary box, one or two things I would like to discuss with you before we get any further underway. Team Light Blue, just one person to come and have a chat, please. Meanwhile, on the track, the Purple Pop-Tarts are up against the Rambros. Bugsy Malone unable to prevent the passage of Nerdy for the Rambros. And the Evil Twin slips past the Rambros wall, completing her initial pass. Jammer, jammer, jammer. Two jammers, they're not engaging, they're not engaging. They're both going for the hole, but it's Nerdy who makes the most of it. Rambros closing the gaps up on the Evil Twin. No pack called, and she's got to be let go. Nerdy makes her own hole. Evil Twin for the Purple Pop-Tarts. Back in contact with the Rambros wall. Got some support now from Bugsy Malone. Nerdy skates past the whole pack. Glory Days coming through the Rambrose wall, trying to make a hole, but Evil Twin recycled nonetheless. Nerdy coming through the inside line for one last scoring pass at the end of the jam there. 12 points for the Purple Pop-Tarts, 28 for the Rambrose. Team White, that's pivot, 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 taking the track now. Maroon 5. Sorry, that's Maroon 5al. Sur5al, of course. Atomic Roster looking for a gap on the inside. No, not good enough. He's still working on that 5al wall. And there he goes around the inside of the apex. Lead jammer signaled. And whips around for a scoring pass. Cap in hand. The Maroon 5al jammer off to the penalty box. Jesse Carrick, that is. Once again, we have Atomic Roster working on that solid Maroon 5al wall. Finds a chink, pushes through. That's the jam. 24 points, Team White. 0 for Maroon 5al. All right, last jam of the heat. If you're in the next heat and you haven't selected your seat, make sure you go see fire very, very quickly. And we have the Average Joes against Team NZ Coed. Brittany Baker, the slippery fish, out in front. There was an attempt there by Purdy to take Missy Taro out of the action, but she managed to sidestep and complete her pass. Comes in to encounter the Average Joe's wall. They are perhaps caught on the wrong foot, and she slips through on the inside line. Baker encounters Wreck-It Rob. Strong toe stops on the outside line. She holds her place and gets through the pack. Missy Taro leaving debris in her wake. Debris in the form of fatal traction that was left on the floor for that last pass. Fatal Traction staying on 8 wheels this time as Baker completes another scoring pass. Baker taken to the floor by a heavy shoulder from Wreck-It Rob, and another to push her to the inside line. He scrambles to recycle Baker. Baker will be happy with the points she's already got. That would be 16 for the Average Joes and 12 for the Lime Green Team NZ Co-ed. All right, that's the heat, folks. Heat 2 coming up.